certain type of map?
Road maps.
Road maps, and what would you use a road map for?
Getting from A to B.
Getting from A to B, and specifically getting from A to B on roads. Roads.
Weather maps.
Weather maps.
It shows different weathers and temperatures across the different locations.
And how would that be helpful in a historical sense?
Well, maybe not in a historical sense, but in a day-to-day sense.
No, it could be definitely useful in a historical sense.
Really?
Knowing why people migrated, knowing why people had certain types of shelters, knowing why they lived at certain elevation. And so definitely that's definitely useful. What about you, Isaiah? Do you know any types of maps that haven't been said already?
I don't know, maps that give detail to like the terrain.
And what would those be called?
I'm trying to remember from my class. I took it over the summer. Topographical.
Isaiah, that is a great lead into
Thank you.
our subject right now. So the one that have you guys ever heard of topography before, or is this the first time?
Right.
First time?
No, I have.
Good. So this one you should have all heard of. Legend. What's a legend? Different meanings of legend. Anything for legend. Kyle?
Legend is the tool that helps you interpret the map.
Wilson.
Okay. What did you just say, Jason?
Zelda.
Zelda. Why did you say Zelda?
Because it's called the Legend of Zelda.
Okay, and why would that be the same? It's the same word but different meanings. But
It's a huge map.
It's like a story. Legend is also like
legend
a
is
story.
yeah. And if we're in English class, legend is a story, a fable. But so it's important to know the differences. So for us, legend is a key, like what Kyle said. A key to symbolize or used to symbolize different things on a map. Legend and elevation. Erica, what's topography mean?
Topography is just kind of like the top view. That's kind of which is just the top view and how far things are elevated.
Good. Patrick, what's elevation?
Elevation is how high it's above sea level.
Okay. Of the land, yeah. Does anyone not understand those three that we went between the highest and lowest parts of an area? So what Robin actually drew it out. Robin, do you want to show the class what you were drawing?
Hardcore. Hardcore.
So it's not just the distance. It's not the distance between 2 points. It's the difference in elevation. That's what relief is. It does have a distance because it would take you a mile to walk up it, but we're talking about the elevation change. Technology down. Why would topography be important to a map? Patrick?
Because you want to go somewhere, you want to like, if I was like, oh, I want to go to Grand Canyon, I'd say, oh, it's only a mile from one side to the other. But then you realize, huge distance.
Does anyone know how long it takes to hike the Grand Canyon?
Depends on how fast you
A
go.
lot.
A couple hours, right?
12-hour trip.
Yeah.
The Rambo one.
A couple hours. Says the guy
It's pretty brutal.
I've
It
done
takes
I've done down to
10
the
to
river.
12 hours.
There's been days where it's snowing at the top, and down in the bottom it's pretty hot. So
Yeah.
that's a perfect example of why topography is important.
Oh, I have.
Yeah.
You could be traveling, and then say if like you're hiking or traveling by bike or something, you don't want to randomly just go up a steep mountain. You can figure out that way.
That is exactly why topography is important. People need to know how to get from point A to point B, and that's been for generations. Cave paintings show topography. They would designate a mountain by doing a little peak, and so that's perfect. Yeah.
What about for aviation? So that pilots don't fly in the side of a mountain, because a lot of times they can't see in the dark.
Yeah.
But their sonar and their radars are going to be tracking the elevation.
Isaiah and Eric, Jason and Robin, Patrick and Kara,
I'll go with Kyle.
And Kyle, you can join the group because there's 3 of you, and you too. Okay, so I'm handing out 2 different maps right now. You guys are just going to look at them, don't write on them or anything. Not yet. I don't know how many you've ever seen. Alright, so what do you guys first notice when you see the 2 different maps? They're both of Arizona, but there's a lot of difference.
Different color.
One of
Color,
them,
sure.
one of them shows borders of other states.
There's a lot of like
topographical
cities and stuff, and then one has a star and a phoenix.
It's in a different, rotated different way.
Slightly, yes. No, it's not. Okay. One is a topographical map. Can you hold up the topographical map?
Together, we're holding up together.
Teamwork.
Why am I not holding up the why is this not a topographical map?
But it doesn't show any of the
Because it's all one color.
It just
Yeah.
gives,
It just
gives
shows cities.
detail about cities.
Yes. So my original question, why is topographical
That's
maps
the
important?
details.
All maps are important. This map is important because it shows Phoenix, it shows all the different cities. But if you wanted to get from Phoenix to Flagstaff, the distance would actually be a lot different because you have to travel using the mountain ranges, and this one would show you that. So can you guys, using both maps, can you guys put in where Phoenix would be on the topographic map?
Let's go general. Phoenix Metropolitan.
Yeah, Phoenix is huge, so that works. So what elevation is Phoenix at? Using the legend that we learned about, which is the key, and it's color-coded, what is the elevation of Phoenix?
0.
And you guys can circle it for me.
About this one right here. Phoenix really is kind of just in between. So.
Good guys.
You teachers.
Okay, and then let's put the elevation, or let's figure out where Flagstaff goes. You got to combine the 2 maps a little bit, figure out where Flagstaff goes.
Flagstaff, let's see if we have Phoenix here. We got both sides here.
I'd say right here.
So it has a mountain up there, doesn't it?
Sedona is right in that hot spot, though, 'cause that's
Meters.
2,000 meters-ish.
Okay, and so using your show me boards, what vocab word describes what we just, what's the vocab word for what we just figured out? Show me.
Showing board.
Oh. Oh.
Can you camera pick that up?
Camera, check this out. Hey, camera. Okay, so now, this is the last thing. Okay, so that is the correct answer is relief. That's awesome because it's the difference in elevation. And I was asking the different topography, while also bringing in things from your outside knowledge.
Fireworks. That's a lot of fireworks.
Okay, IRL.
Alright guys, you got another 10 seconds. And then we gotta move on. Or we'll,
They're almost in the border of the state of Green Chile.
okay, finish your last thought.
Green Chile.
Alright, so Isaiah and Eric, why is it that the Four Corners is the best area using topographical reasoning? Why is that the best area?
Well,
And-
for topographical reasons, we decided that it's great grassland for grazing if you're a shepherd, which is because it's all plateau land up there, so.
Perfect. Do you want to tell the class? In my vocab list, we would have gone over plateau. Can you reiterate what a plateau is to the class?
Plateau is high elevation where basically see no trees. Basically, you see grassland. It's at a higher elevation so that roots don't establish farther. So.
It's usually flat.
Yes. Perfect. And so what were some of the other reasons, thinking outside the box, what were the other reasons?
Some tourism and economic reasons. They have astronaut training because you have Meteor Crater. You buy cheap fireworks because you're on the reservation. No taxes because you're on the reservation. Free health care if you live on the reservation. And you're next to New Mexico, and they have great green chili. That's what we decided. So
Yeah. Perfect.
Bam.
Okay, so that was a great reason, guys. But now they're going to defend why theirs is better than yours. And what area did you guys have?
So we had an area down near
Sierra Vista.
Yeah, kind of near Sierra Vista. So some cons we found were well, it's right on the border, and there's some kidnapping and other activities going on down there.
No, let's stay.
But we determined that we would want to live there regardless of the kidnapping because it's near some other places in Arizona. It's not too far off from Safford, Tucson, Sierra Vista. And the weather down there, we looked at the elevation, and the elevation in meters is between 1750 and 2150, which isn't too bad. So, yeah.
Good weather.
Good weather.
Good weather. Have a little more wind.
And how did you figure that the weather would be nice because of higher elevation?
Because I lived out in Colorado.
Prior knowledge. Why did you think that?
Well, because I live in Cholo, and it's way higher than
Do you know by any chance how high the elevation is in Cholo?
It's above 6,000 feet.
6,000 feet. And what's the temperature that usually is?
It's normally 20 to 30 degrees cooler than it is here in Phoenix.
Wow.
So.
Okay, so you guys, what's your defense?
This is a stretch.
It's actually, you guys like to have lots of corn growth, lots of agriculture. If we get cheap food.
We also talked about the fact that it's basically right at sea level, which is actually easier on the ears and sinuses.
Sinus issues too.
Got a really great In-N-Out burger.
But that's what makes it great.
Moving along.
Other than being the home of ACU, it has lower allergies because of the elevation. So a lot of people come here for health reasons for respiratory, because it's slow and dry. Plants with different pollens that create allergies aren't here, so people come here.
Perfect.